Hi, my name is Stacy. Today I'm going to be talking about the most commonly asked questions I get asked about songwriting, and today I will be talking through the answers to those big questions. If this is interesting to you, please stay tuned. Thanks for joining me today as I walk through the top and most common questions that I get asked about songwriting. So I'm going to not waste any time and we're going to jump in to item number 1. And the first question is, how do I capture song ideas? The answer to this question is that you need to do it in multiple ways. And one of the most important ones is you need to record it, whether it's in GarageBand or just some audible voice note. You need to capture it somehow so you can hear you singing that song or hear you playing the song. The other thing that you need to do is to write it down. So don't forget your trusty pencil. And the reason this is important is because you need to write down the words and the chords in order to know what words were said when and the whole order of the whole song. So you have to have the lyrics, the chords, and when you listen back to the music, you'll have the melody and how that goes. And those 3 pieces of information will be essential for you to recreate the song as you originally wrote it and as you intended. Honestly, the main thing is to just capture it. How you capture it, whether it's paper and pencil on the computer, it really doesn't matter. Just make sure that you have a system for capturing that. And one of the reasons I find this particular piece so important is that I did a 90 song in 30-day challenge, and it's really important to keep everything in order and write the numbers of your songs. Otherwise, it's hard to keep organized when you want to come back and review different songs and the lyrics and the chords. So if you decide to do that kind of challenge, which I have another video on, you can check that out. But that is why number 1 to me is so important. Number 2, should I write melody or lyrics first? And this is the age-old chicken or egg sort of scenario. What do I do first? What comes first? And the answer here for this question is just start. Write. It doesn't really matter whether you write a poem and decide to put lyric, or you write a poem and decide to make that into lyrics, or whether you come up with a melody and then add words later. It really doesn't matter. The idea here is that you just need to start writing something, and then the pieces will come together in like a puzzle. Again, for this, you want to make sure that you're recording, and writing down the words and capturing those. Let's move on to question number 3. Question 3 is, how do I know if my song is good or not? And it's a matter of taste. Is it a good song or not? Different people like different styles. But there's definitely, are you singing out of key? Are you not executing the song well, these aspects. And then there's the idea that maybe it doesn't have a good melody, it's not very catchy. But the thing here is that the only way you're going to be able to answer these types of questions as to whether it's good or not is to record it and then listen back. So as much time as you spend recording and singing, you need to listen back to what you recorded and sang, and that is how you will learn the most. You'll learn how to execute the singing part better, and you will be able to hear problems in the song. Maybe just not the right chord, or it's just not flowing well. There's just some problem that you're identifying. And so you're going to be able to validate your song ideas that way. And listening, so I say for the answer for this one is record and listen. So when you want to know if a song is good or not, just record, listen, and just keep repeating that. Another thing you can do for this is to determine if it's good or not is to share it with others. And on tools like SoundCloud, you can share and upload songs and then just share with a small audience. This is a great way to get some songs in front of a few people. You can also choose to join songwriting groups where it's common for singers and songwriters to share what they've put together and share with each other to get some feedback. Moving on to question number 4, how do I finish a song? And the answer to this is you're going to need to commit. And I say this because just this week I got stuck in what I call almost done. So I had a song, I thought it was finished. I had all the words written down and all the chords. But then when I went back to sing it and practice it to record, I realized there were a lot of flaws and there were a lot of gaps, and I needed to record and then rewrite and do some more refinement before I could really truly call it finished. And I realize also when you're thinking about finishing a song, there are some songs that just weren't meant to be finished, or maybe weren't meant to be released. Maybe you finished it and you decided not to record it. And this is just the life cycle of a song. I use the example of branches growing from a tree. So you have some branches that grow and they're strong and they grow more branches. And then you have other branches on the tree that will grow a little bit and then just die. And so this is very similar to the life cycle of a song. Some will be great and get a lot of, we'll call, success, and others just will not. And that's okay. And you have to be okay with writing songs that just never get finished or never get released. And this is just an acceptance of part of the process. Question number 5 is, should I rework old songs? And this, I've had kind of mixed thoughts about this. Sometimes I like to just write a song, sing it, record it, and then just move on. And I don't really want to spend a whole lot more time on it. However, I have gone back to songs that I wrote, say, a year ago and looked at what I could do with those. And what I call this process is song recycling. And it's using the old song with the melody and then reworking it or revising it into something perhaps newer. And the reason for this, for me, I have a song called Sunglasses, and I wrote it a long time ago. And at the time, I didn't have very good skills on instruments. I only played ukulele. Now I can play guitar. I couldn't sing very well. Now I'm singing a little bit better. So my skill changed. There's a gap between when I wrote the song and the skills I had then and what I have now. And so I think that being able to share that is, when you improve your skills, it gives you a different way to view the song and translate the song into how you see it today and then how you can execute it today. So I think this is, for me, that is a good example of being able to recycle a song. But really, if you think about it, you can reimagine songs. You could take an old song that you just played on guitar, and then now you want to make it into more of a techno style or dance style song. So this is another thing you can do with song recycling, is reimagine how you could execute it in a completely different and new way. And I think that's a great way to challenge yourself with not just songwriting, but then this idea of adjusting for different instruments and how you can execute it. So while it's not specifically about writing the song, it's definitely, we'll say, repurposing old songs and making them shine anew. That was the last item I had on my big 5 questions that are now answered. If there are questions that I did not answer in today's video, please ask them and share them below in the comments, please. And I will take a look at those and answer them in the future. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video today. I hope if you like this type of video, you will subscribe, and I will see you on a future video.